I had been opening restaurants for other people and working for other people till I was about 31, 32 years old, and I think it was time for me to sort of dive in. Saw this location and I grew up here. Took 4 times longer than I thought and a lot more headache, and now we're going on 7 years. What better way to change things by serving people a good meal? I think it is this common ground where we all enjoy, and I wanted to sort of offer sort of what people were to say to me as a West Side location in Glendale, which was a very new thing in 2009. And so my inspiration was very sort of like humble beginnings. We didn't have much, but we wanted to give to the community. And to go back to that sentence, like no one knew me, and in 2009, you know, people would walk by and see that I was putting up olive trees in a planter box, painting it, giving out paninis. And so we started building from there, and there was this small fire that was sort of starting to turn into this like bonfire. And I thought, how perfect, we're around all these schools and kids and churches. I'm like, my favorite subject in school was recess. And so I had it in the back of my pocket, and so we called it recess, and it didn't hit me until about 5-6 days we were open, and we saw a bunch of sort of older gentlemen walk in. Well, recess, we're on recess, and I politely asked them, like, well, what do you mean you're on recess? They're like, we're in litigation across the street, we're lawyers, and this gentleman's a judge, and we're on recess. And that's where it started going to a sort of different element here, taking it from a child level where I wanted people to have, you know, a sandwich in a basket, to doing 250-person sit down. And I mean, it went to an extreme level. And so people started taking recess and taking it here, there, and everywhere. So it was this very all over the place thing, and I sort of didn't expect that or anything like that. I kind of wanted to open up a place and work till 3 o'clock and shut it down and make a little bit of money and sort of see people some sandwiches, and I thought that we'd call it a day, and it turned into this entity. And I thought to myself, I wanted it to be bigger than me. Bigger than Chef Sevon, bigger than the community, bigger than the 4 walls. So I thought recess was the appropriate name. There is no perfect restaurant. There is no perfect chef. There's been so many moments here that I've never told anybody, not even my own wife, my own children, anybody, on how difficult they were and how horrible I felt in the car, and cried as an adult. But it made me stronger, and sometimes I ask myself, well, why did I do that? It's because I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. I wanted it at that level. A lot of late nights. It builds character. It made me stronger, and it made me want to give more, actually, because I think after 7 years, recess exists because of giving. We're 1,000 square feet here in a small place. How did it become this thing? Good food, nice owner. There's got to be more than that in this doyen of restaurant business. So it was giving, and I felt like I grew up here, and I wanted to give back a little bit and make everybody feel sort of a little like San Francisco and New York in a town like Glendale. It's this endless instrument being a chef and a restaurant person. You're never starting to learn, and that's the challenge that I look forward to and embrace, and that's what makes me alive. getting our butts kicked and cannot handle the amount of crowd and how they want to sit in the garden. And what we created was some amazing moments. There was some moments that were touching, like an old man coming in and pulling out some, jambon from his pocket with some crumpled up parchment paper and said, "I heard you're a good Armenian kid and that you're giving." He had a $5 2 eggs breakfast with the ham out of his pocket. And these are some of the things that I think meant the most, not only for me, but for Recess. We truly gave to families. I think people would say, "Let's go to Recess for family breakfast," and these are these amazing moments that make me feel like unreal. Like we took a copy Max fax sort of crummy little place for 25 years, rotted, and we gave all these people these experiences. I'm like, my sister yesterday said you should be proud, and we're proud. 7 years into 1 minute. Passion. It's key. A little bit of tenacity. And I felt like I almost had a responsibility to myself to make my dreams come true. 7 years. How do you take 7 years into 1 minute? Passion, love, and giving? I mean, is that and persistence and not being scared and being scared? I'm not anyone who gives advice, but my advice is if you fall in love with something, kill yourself in it. I don't know how to say it more than that. We've employed so many people here and given so much to the community and paid so much in donations, supported soccer teams, supported youth groups, supported educational foundations. The things that bring us back is, what more honorable thing is than to make people's memories and make them momentary. Sometimes people would say to me, like, how difficult, like your art goes away in 30 seconds and it looks like slop on a plate. Well, that's the best part about my job, is that it's momentary and quick and fast, and it goes away. It's not a painting you look at for years. It's for a minute. And as all the good chefs and all the best chefs in the world, you're as good as your last meal and you're as good as your last service. And I'm truly proud of what we've done here at Recess in Glendale. And I hope the fire keeps burning.